It's almost time. We are close to new gameplay from one of my most anticipated games, The Last of Us Part 2. I will tell you why in this video, because a lot of interesting things have happened these past days. Would be awesome if you could leave a like on the video as it shows your support. And let's go. GameStop normally does a big expo at the end of August where they bring their store managers together so they can see and play the upcoming games, so that when they come out they can actually talk about it to people in the store and tell them about, oh, it's very good because I played it, etc. So it's kind of like E3 and Gamescom, but for GameStop employees. The difference is that The Last of Us Part 2 was at these shows while it was absent from Gamescom and E3. Gaming Forte on Twitter was attending this GameStop event and actually got to see the GameStop manager show, where at one point they talked about The Last of Us Part 2. Like Troy Baker would even show up. He of course plays Joel in the game and would talk about the game briefly, and they also showed new footage. All I can say is gameplay was about stealth and how you can use clickers to your advantage. Very short but great vertical slice of gameplay according to Gaming Forte. So yeah, sounds like some new footage to me. We even got this picture with Troy, also Azad, he is the Vice President of Global Marketing at Sony, and the Director of Communications from Naughty Dog, RNA Mayer, was at the show too. So they were there promoting the game, they got new footage to show, and I'm sure that if they showcased it at GameStop, they will likely showcase it to the rest of the world soon. There's also this banner from Sony that was displayed at the GameStop Expo, and it's very telling. It has Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Death Stranding, and yes, The Last of Us Part 2 as well. It, by the way, says in development for the PlayStation 4 system. There were some stupid rumors going around that The Last of Us Part 2 will be used as a PlayStation 5 showcase title, but if that was the case, then you would not show it off at this GameStop event and not further stress that it's in development for the PS4. What is also interesting is that this game is highlighted next to Call of Duty and Death Stranding, titles that are coming out in 2019. So putting The Last of Us Part 2 next to that implies that this game isn't far off, or at least close to these other titles. A lot of the other games that were showcased there, like Cyberpunk, Avengers, Borderlands 3, Darksiders Genesis, Call of Duty, like all these titles are coming out in the fall or the first half of 2020. If Sony wasn't sure that The Last of Us Part 2 would hit that, then they would not have been there with that game. Ghost of Tsushima was, for example, nowhere to be seen, further confirming that that game is likely spring 2020 or even later. My bet is still August 2020, but it's really quiet on that front. Going back to The Last of Us Part 2, because I mentioned in my previous video that Sony's internal date for this game is February 2020. And this according to many trustworthy people who have been right many times before, including Kotaku's Jason Schreier and Danielle Ahmed over on Twitter. Sure, it could be moved, sure it could be delayed. Delays are pretty common for Naughty Dog games. But if they are showcasing the game here, then I totally think that a February 2020 date makes a ton of sense. We also got Shannon Woodward, who of course plays Dina in The Last of Us Part 2, and for the last couple of days she has been teasing a lot of stuff regarding the game. So she's also at the GameStop Expo and made a shot in front of this big The Last of Us Part 2 sign. The 2019 there is likely not the year that this game will come out, but because it was GameStop Expo 2019, it says 2019 there. Her most recent Insta story showed signed The Last of Us Part 2 cards, and also how Troy Baker, who is also still at the event, is ignoring her. Like, they are there promoting the game, there must be something going on. And if you are wondering what the game launch is that she is most hyped for, well, I think we can all guess. It's really great to see that the silence around this game has finally been broken. Now let's hope they put their money where their mouth is and share that new footage with the world. Outbreak Day is the perfect timing to do that. This on September 26th, so a first day in 2019, and this is the day that the shit broke loose in the Last of Us universe and hit the critical masses. So it's a great time to celebrate that in real life. Normally we get some cool goodies for on our PlayStation, like a new theme, avatars, and also merch will be released like shirts and a special poster that you can buy. While I don't expect more stuff like that, a trailer and maybe a release date would really be the icing on the cake. That is still 1 month away though. Maybe they want to release this gameplay and build up hype sooner than that. So I would not be surprised if we saw a state of play, so the Nintendo Direct style of presentation that Sony has done 2 times already this year. In the blog post announcing episode 2, they already said that episode 3 will come later this year. So I totally expect it around September, maybe early October, but that would be the perfect time for some new The Last of Us Part 2 footage and news. When we know more, I will of course let you know here on the channel, so totally subscribe for all The Last of Us Part 2 news. It is coming, I feel that it's close. At one point they will just drop a tweet and say this is when we can expect new gameplay or something like that. I really can't wait, we'll keep you up to date, so like this video to support the channel. Check out my recent video on another big PS4 exclusive, we already mentioned it here, Ghost of Tsushima. I tell you kinda what's going on with the game, what the recent news is. For now though, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.